This episode of Ted in Dreams features those dreams that were released as teasers or demos but have never transformed into full releases. Most of these games were made either in 2019 or 2020 and are at least over a year old. If you have any news of any of the projects featured in this week's episode, then please leave something in the comments. First up, we have Survive Teaser, HD Open World Survival RPG by Virtually Vain. This appeared in the Dreamiverse the day after launch on the 15th of February 2020. It was immediately very, very popular. Over 130,000 dreamers have played this teaser and 28,000 just over have thumbed it up. So everybody was in anticipation of something coming from Virtually Vain. Unfortunately, absolutely nothing has come from Virtually Vain. This game has not appeared, and looking at his profile page on Dreams, it says Virtually Vain, YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers, excel at creating environments and logic, all games unfortunately postponed due to time-consuming YouTube projects. And then he lists his YouTube channel. I've had a look at his YouTube channel. He hasn't posted anything on there for 10 months. So whatever he's busy working on, it does mean that neither YouTube or Dreams has been graced with his presence. So I think it's unlikely if this is going to turn into anything now. So unfortunately, if you were hoping for Survive the game to come, I think it's unlikely. Though if anybody wanted to tackle a realistic environment with a game in it, I think it would be very popular. Our next project has been around for over 2 years. Tomek Mrozinski has produced something called Book of the Dragon, which was a little mini game for opening a book. Has some beautiful illustrations in it, gorgeous 3D animations and artwork. And everybody asked, was he going to be making a full game? And next thing that came out on the 21st of January 2019 was Demon's Penance teaser. That was a poster with some information about the fact that he and his wife were going to be working on this together, and it had a full storyline worked out, and they were working on artwork and logic, and there would be something coming out after Dreams was released fully as a game. Well, the Dreams was released fully as a game. We got something called Demon's Penance prototype stage, and in that was a few little puzzles and some character models and some more artwork, and it's just gorgeous. A little bit more of the story so we know what we were letting ourselves in for. But that was launched and hasn't been updated since the 12th of August 2020, so over a year ago now. And his YouTube channel hasn't had any activity for 9 months. Now, I'm still hopeful that maybe they are still working on Demon's Penance. It is a big undertaking because the quality of what they're producing takes time, and if there's only the two of them, then obviously it's going to take even longer than some of these big builds that you see with teams of 10, 20 people. So that's Demon's Penance. Check out Tomek's YouTube channel and his profile in Dreams. Next we have Project Icolos. You can tell from the name of the game here that this is not a finished product, it's in development. This first came out as a teaser trailer animation on the 23rd of January 2020. And a gameplay demo soon followed on the 11th of February, just before the launch of Dreams. So they were in front of quite a lot of people at that point and managed to get 34,000 dreamers to play and 14,000 likes. The game has not had any updates or changes or any more releases since the 23rd of July, so that's way over a year ago. And that was just a bug fix. So I don't know if the team is still together. looking at the names of the people that were involved in Arcane Arts, some of them are no longer active in Dreams and releasing things on a regular basis. Some are, but it's hard to tell, because when you're working with teams, especially teams of a large amount of people, it can be that if certain key members leave, it's very, very difficult to then work on a game because of things being locked out, whole scenes only being able to launch if somebody else launches something, and if they've left Dreams and gone somewhere else, it can cause a problem. So I don't know if Project Icolos is dead in the water or not. I know because I was involved in the project early on that they had a filmmaker that was hoping to make a documentary on them making this game, and so I don't know whether any of that has surfaced. I don't believe it has, but it's been over a year now, so I don't really know at what stage this is at. There's no information, so if anybody knows who's part of the team of Arcane Arts, who knows whether or not this project is finished now or whether it's still going, let us know in the comments. Right, this next project is The Adventurers. This is one of mine. This is something I've been involved in. This was first started, I used to work in an asset kit group, and we voted on our next project, which was going to be steampunk. And while we were discussing how we were going to tackle that, I came up with these characters. But the leader of the group decided they didn't want to do steampunk at all for the next kit, and scrap the whole idea. So I decided to leave and go ahead and make the game based on the characters that I'd created. And a few other people who were interested in steampunk decided to join me, and we started working on a game. There was a lot of discussion at the beginning with the storylines. That's a full storyline and a backstory for all of these characters. We had people creating artwork and character models and set designs and props, and it was all going on quite swimmingly. We went and made a teaser trailer for it so that it would get in front of a lot of people at launch of Dreams. That's launched on the 17th of February, but it didn't really set Dreams alight. I was quite disappointed, actually, because I thought we'd made a lovely job of the animation, but it didn't garner anywhere near the interest that I was hoping for. It has 401 thumbs up and has been seen by 1,354 dreamers, and today that would be a good result, but back in February 2020 that was a poor result, and it was disappointing. Not long after that, people started dropping out of the project. Some people were just not interested anymore. Other people cited the family concerns and what have you. There was a pandemic raging, and it just became something that we dipped into every now and then more often or not dipping into it at all. So it got less and less where people were working on it, and I sort of lost touch with the people in the team. They stopped communicating on the Discord. Dino X11's carried on working on it. He worked on it in 2021 still. A lot of the gameplay is finalised and done, but I have no access to launching any of it because I don't own the scenes that are in it, and there's also things that people made that they made private and they didn't make public, and they're not launched, so we can't launch the game. It's really awkward. That's the trouble working with a team and everybody having their own little part in it. Making things in teams in Dreams over a long period of time is very, very difficult to manage, and I wouldn't recommend it necessarily. I think it's unlikely that I'll ever get to launch this project for people to play. I'd love to be able to, but like I said, there is restrictions. Next up, we have High Speed Hovercraft Demo by Marceline98 and Big Surf 77. The description says, race across the canyons in this work-in-progress demo. Be sure to set a high score and have fun. This demo will be developed into a full racing game. Music by Coastal Clock and Big Surf 77. Well, they haven't developed it into a full racing game. This first came out on the 31st of January 2019. There has been an update this year in February to change the camera, improve the camera, but no full racing game appears to be on the horizon. However, it has been released as a remixable scene, so you could technically, if you had skills, develop this yourself into a full racing game. So there is still potential out there if somebody wants to work on it. Now, the two creators of this, Marcelane98 and Big Surf 77, Marcelane98 is still active in Dreams. Big Surf 77, this was the last thing they published publicly, so it may be that they have left Dreams, and that might be why we don't see the development of a full racing game from this pair. But if you want to and you've got the skills, then it is available for you to make a full racing game from the Hovercraft. So if you've been missing it and think that you could tackle it, maybe make some more scenes of the Hovercraft flying through more canyons, alien worlds, etc. Our next game is another one from the team of Marcelane98 and Big Surf 77. This is The Encounter. This game came out on the 21st of January 2019 as part of the Outer Space Game Jam, which it won. Now, this was beta, so at this time most people were struggling to make small little props within the thermo limit, and along came this particular level, which was incredibly realistic, had huge scale, the set design, the NPC animation, everything was just spot on and incredibly impressive. And I really wanted this to be developed into a bigger game. I wanted to know what was the creature or person with a weapon, what was it that broke down the door. We never found out, and all we're left with is this very, very short demo with a very realistic looking set, and that's it. It's such a sadness that I don't think this is ever going to be made into the full game, even though that was clearly the intention of the makers, because they said a full game will be coming soon. It's been over 2 years now, so I don't think that is happening. Huge shame, but it is a beautiful, beautiful demo, and if anybody wants to remake it maybe, and make their own decisions about what maybe what beast we were going to encounter, or the aliens, or the escaped essence. I don't know what it could possibly have been in the space station that we were going to encounter. We'll never know now, unless of course Big Surf 77 and Marcelane98 would like to tell us in the comments. At number 7, we have To The Top demo. Now, this was launched for Dreamscom 2020. It made a big splash. Their booth was very good, and it attracted a lot of attention with their demo and their trailer. And this was made by Slum Mackenzie, Kelby Jones, Gorfwoman, and Hadrian182. So still active in the Dreamiverse. So there is potential for this still being worked on. The original intention was for this to be 10 levels, and they said they'd release it when it's finished. So 29th of June 2020 was the last time this was updated, and so it's been over a year now. So I don't know whether it's imminent or not. Maybe the creators can let us know in the comments, or maybe it is an abandoned project, like so many others in the Dreamiverse. It is so sad that some of the best things that have been made in the Dreamiverse are very short little demos or tech demos that never ever developed into anything full. But that's the nature of Dreams. It's the nature of game development in general. There are a lot of games made by professional studios that had years of development put into them that never saw the light of day. So this is not just unique to Dreams in any way. So if you do make a demo and you never ever get out to finishing it, don't feel like you're a terrible person or anything like that. It happens to everyone. Although as players we like to see these things finished, we understand that dreams is a hobby and sometimes projects just don't ever get finished. But this particular game is an excellent platformer. The little demo, although short, is definitely worth a play. So if you haven't seen To the Top, check it out now. Here is another game that was made for and is a hit at Dreamscom 2020. This is Thunderhead, the Dreamscom 2020 demo by Ed209B. Those of you not aware, this is the PSN name for Ed Hargreaves, who is the principal audio designer at Media Molecule. He said he was surprised. He surprised himself that he was able to do so well making games in Dreams. He wasn't expecting it, and he has made some very nice things in Dreams if you want to check out his profile. This particular one is a fully realised demo. It's actually fully playable mini game. You don't feel like there's anything definitely missing or needs development on it. It's got amazing music, as you would expect. It's a shoot 'em up on a loop. The difference between this and other shoot 'em ups in Dreams is it's front facing, and you travel away from the camera on a looping set, which has various obstacles and aliens for you to shoot at. So it's really a arcade shooting gallery rather than the standard shoot 'em up. But it's really beautifully made. It looks great. I don't know what the plans were for expanding this into a fuller game. This is listed as a demo, so presumably there were some thoughts about what the full game would look like. Maybe Ed can let us know in the comments. But it's definitely worth a play, and it'd be interesting to see how it could be developed into a more full game. Next we have another Media Molecule who is moonlighting in Dreams. This is J+B's Llama Quest 2 demo. J+B, Jamie Breeze, was a community member who got employed by Media Molecule on the strength of his Dreams creations, and one of those being Llama Quest, which was very, very popular. He takes part in a lot of the Media Molecule streams, and in a lot of those streams people were asking him, when are we going to get more Llama Quest? And I think he got fed up of answering that question and released Llama Quest 2, the demo. I think it's a sort of a passion project, if you like. It is sort of J+B's calling card, if you like. It's what people know him for. This demo is quite long. It's longer than some people's full platformers. So don't feel like you're being shortchanged when you come into this. There is quite a lot to play here, though people are still saying in the comments that they can't wait for the full game release. Whether this is coming soon or late, I don't know. Obviously, Jamie he works for Media Molecule. He's very busy. You can see that he's busy making things for things like Dreamscom, etc. They're keeping him very busy, so whether he's got time to work on Llama Quest 2, I don't know. I once you've got a demo out there, it's very difficult then to get the cogs whirring to actually complete it, especially if it's a long demo like this one. But there's a good chance for this one, I think, that it might develop into a full game, and it might even become a series on stream where you can see him making it. That's a possibility as well. So maybe pester Jamie and find out if he's planning on finishing it or not. And don't be too upset with him if he says, actually, no, I'm done with Llama Quest. You know, you're entitled. Our final one is The Tower. This is another one by a large team. This is by Patika, Buckaroo-chan, Vitamin G90, Beavis2, Zeke, Source Dreamer, and the Burger Van. So some really heavy hitters in Dreams, some amazing artists. And this is an animation. A boy crosses a desert and encounters a tower that has a mystical globe inside. It's very mysterious. It says it is a little demo of a future game project, but nothing has happened since it launched back in January 2020. And I spoke to the Burger Van. I did an interview which you can catch on my playlists. He wasn't sure whether it was going to develop into anything. He didn't have much involvement in the project, but he didn't know what was happening with it. And I think when you get heavy hitters like this, these people have got lots of projects. When you get people involved in your project that are in demand and have also got lots of amazing ideas and are making things on their own, it's difficult to get the time for everybody to get together and work on a project together. I know how difficult that is, and it is no surprise that projects like this can start off with great intentions and gusto and interest and fade pretty quickly once you've made your demo or your teaser or your trailer animation. It's really easy for people to sort of like breathe a sigh of relief they've got that out, and then there's no urge to continue. So there's a lot of things like this in the Dreamiverse where people have worked on it and it looks great, but that's it. That's as far as it goes. I hope you've enjoyed this look at demos in Dreams. I hope it hasn't been too disappointing to you, because most of the time I'm saying I think this is dead. I don't think that we're going to see this anymore. I think this person has left Dreams. It can be a bit of a depressing one. However, please think of it as there is a lot of creative people out there, a lot of artistic and amazing game makers out there who are making things all the time for you to look at, and the only way that they're going to know whether or not it's worth them putting the time and effort in is if you put your thumb up on their games. And the least amount of players we're getting now, it is vitally important that you do thumb up things that are good, because then it encourages these dreamers to finish these amazing projects and not abandon them thinking nobody was really that interested anyway. It really does help to thumb up things that you like. Don't just thumb up everything randomly. Be picky, be choosy, pick the nicest, the best things. But it is really important. It's also very important to play in Dreams. If you don't at the moment, if you just create, please take some time out to play some of these amazing things that are in Dreams and encourage dreamers to complete their pet projects. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in your dreams.